All right. Well, appreciate you taking the time.
Sure.
And so you're part of the original co-creators of Greg the Bunny. And,
Right.
How is it? It's still the three of you in the core of the creative end of things.
It is. It started off with the three of us in Dan's apartment with a VHS camera, and now
you were operating the camera.
Yeah. Spencer and I would take turns, and Spencer has a lot of interaction with the puppets. So a lot of the times, I'm handling the camera and sound, and Spencer's working actually more of a character on screen, talking with the puppets. But anyway, but now the difference is that, it started with the three of us in his apartment, just fooling around, not knowing where this was going to go except for, our weekly public access thing. And now we have a crew. I mean, it's a skeleton crew, but we definitely have a big team around us, a great team that works with us. And I wish they were here. We're in the middle of production now on season 2 of this new incarnation. And we just left production. We're going back to production on Monday. And as I was leaving, I said, I wish you guys could come. It was like leaving a family after 3 weeks. But anyway,
yeah. So how many people are on the crew now?
We have a crew of approximately 10 people.
That's pretty small.
It's pretty small. Yeah. I mean, we want to keep it small. We want to keep it intimate because Fox was huge, and we also like to do a lot of things. Even though we get permits for shooting on the street, we still want to keep a low profile because we just feel that the performances are better that way. It's more of a natural setting that way. We don't want to light a lot. We don't want big lighting. I mean, yes, sometimes we're parodying shots from films and we need a huge HMI light to blast the back of a building, and we'll do that. Like we just did that the other day. But other times we want to just be just the four of us shooting in the back of some dim sum restaurant in Chinatown and having that, that dynamic going on. So.
Sure. Do you guys have a big screen movie in the works at some point down the line?
Well, there's no deal yet, but we would very much like to do that, and I think it's our next step, And a lot of these shows that we're sort of in the same genre of, look what happened. Strangers with Candy, they made their feature. Reno 9/11, their feature's coming out at the end of the summer, and I think it's just appropriate for us to do it at this point. And I think that we, have the fan base to make it a successful project.
Oh, absolutely. About the IFC, being back on IFC and everything.
Right.
To tell you the truth, I prefer the parodies because there's less humans. As wonderful as the cast was, you got an incredible, stellar cast on the show, but the puppets is why I was tuning in. So so I'm happy to see.
I'm glad to hear that.
And to tell you the truth, it's more cinematic. It's more like an indie film as opposed to the TV show format, which is, I don't know.
Well, I totally agree, and I'm so glad to hear that. We just had somebody come up to us at the other booth and tell us that they like the new stuff much better, and that makes us feel great because this is the show we've always wanted to make. And
because you guys all came from...
We all came from film school. Right, and we're all cinephiles. We know our films, not just, American blockbusters. We know our foreign stuff as well. You can quiz us sometime. And and we all aspire to be filmmakers, making feature films. So, we want to bring that look and that feel to this show. We don't want it to be a sitcom. And the sitcom format is the last thing we want with this show.
And and you also have another feature film in the works?
Yeah, very different. I usually don't even bring it up in the same conversation or in the same biography. But I have a film that's actually it's called Takeout. It's about an illegal Chinese immigrant in New York City, and it did the festival circuit 2 years ago, and it's being released this fall by GtheB Pictures. Very different. It's like there's not very. Oh, you did?
Well, just online on
sites and stuff. Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
Hopefully, it gets a theatrical release in October.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so can you tell us what some of the parodies we can expect to see in the fall?
We have a good lineup. A little less iconographic as the last seasons, but we have Monster. We do a parody of that using Wumpus as the monster. Obviously, we had to go with that one. IFC gives us a list of films about. A list of probably about 15 films, and we choose 6 out of that. So we have Monster, we have Being John Malkovich, we have Dogville.
Are you guys?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of production, and I can't even remember. American movie, yeah. And what was the last one? Oh, we have a David Lynch episode, which is very much like our Coen Brothers episode, where we couldn't choose one movie in particular, so we just do we do a parody of everything thrown together. And yeah, we're doing a Dogville.
So is it going to be like the? Is it going to be like the Danish Dogville?
Oh yes, Lars von Trier's Dogville. Yeah. And we basically shoot in a huge black void. Now the thing is, the difference is that puppets obviously don't have feet, so we can't do the chalk on the floor. We have to actually have like chalk boards up everywhere to like show what's going on. And in this particular Dogville, there's like a Starbucks, but they don't get. All it is like a windy table, and they hold the heat protectors instead of the actual cups. And yeah, so it should be great. We haven't shot a frame of that one yet, but we actually shot most of the American movie parody.
So
and
that's
we got
gonna be like a mockumentary of that.
Greg wants to make his own film, and he's actually hired Mike and Mark from American Movie to do some second unit directing for him. So we got those guys to fly in from Milwaukee. Oh, we got those guys to fly. Is this gonna fall on my head?
Well, I think it's falling back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got those guys to fly in from Milwaukee. They did an amazing job. Mike and Mark are incredibly witty, funny guys that as soon as we turned the camera on and told them the basic premise of what was going on, puppets live in the real world and you have to interact with them, they knew exactly what to do. It was perfect stuff.
So with the new IFC stuff, you guys, it's a scenario where Greg and Warren and the Count and all had a show on Fox, but then it got canceled, and now they're working together again on IFC?
Yes, that's exactly it. They had a failed sitcom, and now we, meaning Sean and Spencer, the characters of Sean and Spencer, we've hired them back to help us do parodies, puppet parodies for the IFC, and that's basically the premise. We shoot in our apartment, and yeah, what can I say? That's it. You got it.